Hi class, it's Miss Lynn. You're having an open textbook history quiz today, and I thought I'd come outside and give you a chance to just see some sunshine. Um, let's see. Today we're going to go over Peggy and the British General, and that's going to be on page 105. So if you haven't read that, go ahead and read it, and then we'll go over the questions. The questions are on page 111. So if you haven't read it, go ahead and read it now, and we'll go over it together. All right, question number 1 on page 111. It says, what war was going on when the story takes place? And the war was a war for our freedom, or the war for independence, the Revolutionary War. And we talked about that in history class, didn't we? So the war for independence. Question number 2, what report did the family receive about Captain White? And they found out that he was starving in prison at Camden, and that answer's on page 105. The first answer's on 105 also. Question number 3, what was Peggy determined to do? She was determined, if you'll look on page 106, she was determined to get permission from Lord Cornwallis to take food to her father. Now, Lord Cornwallis, he was in charge of the British soldiers. So she wanted to take food to her father. Question number 4, look on page 106 and 107. Who did Peggy take with her to Camden? And it was an old servant, Pompey. That's who she took. Question number 4. It was an old servant, Pompey. So question number 5, that's on page 110. Why do you think Lord Cornwallis helped Peggy? Because his heart was touched by her sad story, if you'll look on page 110. So Lord Cornwallis was touched by the sadness of it. So this is the story about Peggy and the British General, and that story took place in the Revolutionary War. Our next story about General Lee, that's going to be on page 112, so go ahead and read that story to be ready. Now that story takes place in the Revolutionary War, and of course General Lee, we've studied him in history class. General Lee was the general of the South, and remember Ulysses S. Grant was the main general of the North. And you may want to talk a little bit about the Civil War and the reasons for it. And of course Abraham Lincoln was the president then, and you may want to go ahead and review that in your history before you read the story about General Lee. But I hope you guys are doing well, and study that spelling, study that English, and I hope everything's going well with you guys. I love you lots. Talk to you later. Bye.